Hello everybody, and welcome back to episode 1 of Attempt 17, a vintage story, wilderness survival permadeath. In the last series, we picked a fight with a bear and we lost. Now I'm still confused as to why we died, but the working theory right now is that because I was freezing, or perhaps because I was running through the snow, my movement speed was reduced. Normally, I would be able to perpetually outrun the brown bear and make it to a fighting position. No problem. This time I was unable to. I've asked on the forums to see if anybody can confirm or deny the existence of mechanics that reduce your movement speed, whether in the snow or cold, but we cast out the line. We'll wait for a fish to bite, right? In the meantime, there's only a few mods that I'm using. Most of this is just code from the game, but smooth digestion just makes it so my hunger bar never freezes. It's always gonna work properly, and it's never gonna stop working for any reason. Shut the Insects Up removes the insect sounds, like the persistent bug sounds that, you know, if you build your base in a certain place, they can be pretty annoying. And BetterProspecting, which allows me to search for stone types. So it helps me to find marble, chalk, limestone, etc. Right? Essential, absolutely essential mod. Anyway, let's create a new world, Wilderness Survival. We'll name this VSPD, Vintage Story Permadeath 17. And then we'll customize it. We'll make that the seed, VSPD 17. We have 1 life. I have a thing for settings here. Let me check it out. Vintage story settings. So player lives 1, allow the transfer of liquid source blocks. Okay. And then prospecting pick node search radius of 8 and micro block chiseling for stone, wood, and brick. Now we are gonna disable class exclusive recipes. All right, there we go. We have every setting that we need changed. So let's hop in. Apply and create world. Let's see how this goes. I'll try to get chat open real quick here before the game loads me in. Hopefully we don't get janked by a bear right away. Sometimes that does happen, but if so, we'll just call it a mulligan and attempt 17 will begin anew. All right, last selection. This is our guy right here. Let's play as the Blackguard again. I like this class. Okay, 6 days until the first temporal storm. I spawned right next to flint and limestone. Limestone? Holy shit. Well, we're not going to struggle to find this now. That's insane. We just spawned right next to a whole bunch of limestone. Episode 1. We already found our source of lime. That's crazy, buddy. Unreal. You're allowed to change your class once per game? Animal husbandry? Possibly. Possibly, yeah. We'll see. All right, I need to find some flint and sticks to make my first tools, and I don't think we're gonna be basing up here. We're gonna be going somewhere else. Ideally a place that has horsetail, like just near a forest, but not quite at one. And I'm gonna try to find a body of water also. Let's try to get some sticks, and hopefully we don't end up getting poked by a bear in the first 5 minutes. Okay. So I see a wooded area over there. I also see one over here. We're gonna start by making a couple of knives. All right, we're gonna need those. Let's remove that tip from the corner. Oh, I love it, Christianus. I love it. Hell yeah, it's really fun. Let's grab more flint while we see it. Thank you, sweetie. Okay. Ready for me with my one plate and one pan. Okay. Do we have the vacuum here? I'll go ask for it then. Yeah, fair enough. I got it. It's behind their front door. Yeah. Okay. All right. Fair enough. So the first thing that we need to try and locate is a source of cattails. I need cattails to make some shit. That's gonna give me better storage. Food is also critically important, obviously, at this stage. We're gonna wanna try to locate some berries ASAP, so I have something to eat. I'm also gonna have to make some spears to hunt animals, but I can't do that until I have more inventory space. So it really all comes down to me finding some cattails as soon as possible. I found some blueberries here. We at least have a little bit of food to get us started. I got some turnips and mushrooms. I'm gonna have to forego my inventory limitations for the sake of food for sure. Like, I need to grab whatever food I see. We're playing as a class that gets extremely hungry extremely quickly. Okay. Foraging for some mushrooms. Hey, Fabian. Hello, greetings from the Czech Republic. How are you doing? All right, look at that, guys. We have a nearby lake. We could go base up there, somewhere around it. And I see some cattails. Hopefully there's no bear waiting to attack us around here at any place. There's a lot of forage here. This could be a lucrative place to start. Yeah, there's a lot of food here. This is nice. I never have a start this verdant in mushrooms. Well, sometimes I do. Let's hope it doesn't get botched by a bear. We're gonna have to make a bear fighting position ASAP out of dirt. Sometimes I will fail the harvest of a mushroom. The same way that I would fail the harvest of a resin because I'm playing as a blackguard and they have a chance to fail their forage attempts. All right, let's eat. I never did find a source of cattails, of horsetails. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to hope I can locate some around here somewhere. I do, however, see daisies and forget-me-nots, which means we're in an optimal biome for finding a beehive. All right, let's head down to the waterfront and try to find a good place to live while we run the circuit around the perimeter. And we're not just gonna gather cattails, we're also gonna gather the cattail stalks so that we can have an emergency food source for later. I found some clay here. That's real nice. We have access to clay. Hopefully I can gather like 5 stacks before our first night or something. But if not, that's okay. Figure it out. Let's get busy. Yeah, we gotta gather at least 40 of these rhizomes. They're an emergency food source. These berries and mushrooms that we got, though they appear plentiful and numerous, they will not last us for long. We need to have an emergency food source available. And that's what these rhizomes are perfect for. And I can now craft my first basket. So we have 3 inventory slots unlocked. I can equip up to 4 baskets to increase my carry capacity. It takes 10 cattails each. We're also going to want another 30 cattails, I believe, in order to craft a reed chest that we can use for our cellar for food preservation. We're going to want a few reed chests, honestly. I see some medium fertility soil here for starting a garden early. That's nice. Yeah, this is a massive lake. Limestone, sand. We're gonna have an easy time making leather in this seed. Provided I can live long enough, right? Which, that hasn't stopped us before. We got more mushrooms. And more flint. Anyway, I'm gonna head back to that clay and I'm gonna get 1 stack, because at the very least, being able to start making my cooking pot and bowl really matters. Let's create a new shovel. Okay. We now have a shovel. I love that. If you break the dirt block under a cattail, it won't give you the rhizome, like it destroys it. But if a landslide happens because you destroyed a block adjacent to it, then it will give you the rhizome for free without having to break the block yourself. It's really nice. All right. All right, that'll do. We have enough clay to get started. There's quartz in the wall over there, but that won't help us for quite a while. I heard a howl. I don't know at this point if it was a fox or a wolf, but we're gonna want to make our spears regardless and try to get ready for the worst case. Shit. That sucks. Losing a little bit of health to a cave-in is gonna cause me to get hungrier faster. I need to try to stop that from happening as much as possible. And the only way to make sure it doesn't happen is to harvest these things from further away. Okay, let's make 2 more reed baskets right here. We have a significantly expanded inventory size now. A lot of clay right here. I need to gather some dirt. I prefer not to use medium fertility soil to make my blocks, but honestly, it doesn't really matter if it's this plentiful. There we go. Let's gather this shit over here. I need to be able to make a fighting position for a bear, and I'm also gonna have to prepare to build myself a rudimentary base to get started here. Anyway, I've regenerated the health that we lost as a result of that minor little cave-in. Yeah, we got a lot of shit on the go right now that we have to take care of. Your first day is a very busy ordeal. You have a lot of things to check off. Hey, thank you, Fabian. Thank you very much. Hell yeah, I've been doing good here, buddy. The Czech Republic agrees with me, my friend. It was a bear, Metametheus. We got killed by a bear. I couldn't outrun the brown bear in the winter. I was also cold. I was freezing, so I don't know if being cold debilitates your movement speed or if it's because I was walking in the snow. But I think something was slowing me down and that it allowed the bear to gain on me. I don't know for sure yet, though. It's kind of up in the air. We're trying to figure it out. I asked on the forums to see if anybody has ever seen any evidence about maybe like a patch note or something indicating that you are slower when you're running on snow or cold. But I couldn't find anything online myself to indicate that. Let's make another shovel and an axe, and then possibly our 3 spears for hunting. Okay. Now I'm gonna get a little bit of wood. We're gonna need it. I may as well try to get more sticks from this before I cut it down, though. Okay, I got some firewood. We're gonna need some dry grass as well. I have a stack and a bit of dirt. Let's make our packed dirt. It isn't enough to finish a base yet, but it's a start. All right, now, next item on the agenda. I have some cattail rhizomes. I need 1 more basket. We're gonna want a lot more cattails, for sure. I hope this doesn't cave in. I don't wanna lose the health, but we need these mushrooms, so I'm going for it anyway. No! Shit. I just lost a double dose of health there, man. Yeah, that's gonna happen. I hate it, but... we're gonna have to passively regenerate that. I'm gonna try not to eat before we've regained our health if I can manage it, because your max health pool gets bigger if you eat. And if you already have damage, it increases the size of the damage that you have. So I'm gonna want to try to get my health back before I like fill my belly type thing. Let's go get more cattails, and I'll grab a little bit more dirt. Lunch break? I might fast today. Yeah. What's for lunch, huh?
It's chicken.
Okay. Alright, just because you're working, I will do it. God damn, we need to find some healing items, but I can't find any around here. I need to get horsetails for health regen, otherwise we're gonna be crippled. I don't, honestly, baby, I really don't feel like eating. I gotta be honest, I wanted to fast today. Yeah, I really don't want to. Sorry, sweetie. All right. We got a few cranberries right here. Let's take them. I'm gonna immediately set out to try to find some horsetail. I think that's the most important thing. And I'll try to just make my final basket on the way. Horsetails are the most important thing next to food, because if you're hurt, then you're gonna bleed hunger saturation, regaining your health, right? So your goal is to make sure you're never missing any health. The only way to accomplish that is with a supply of horsetail poultices. All right, this is the last rhizome we're gonna get. Let's make our final basket. Got it. Inventory is opened up that little bit more. It'll help. And now we're gonna gather just a bunch more cattails. This will be a lot faster than the rhizomes, because we're just breaking the first bit instead of going all the way and getting the root. All right, forest. There is a forest over there, but I don't know if it's gonna have horsetail. Either way, we have to check and we have to find out. Let's eat. In fact, I think I'm just gonna race over there to the other side of the lake right now. God, there's a lot of cattails here, which I want, but at the same time, the longer we're hungry, the longer that we're hurt, the longer that we're bleeding hunger trying to fix the hurt. So it's, you know, I can take my time and get more cattails right now, but at the same time, I'll waste more food. So it's a really hard call to make, but there's a very dense cluster of cattails right here. All right, let's go. I gotta try to get the horsetail. Let's go get it. Yeah, we have to, I want to get verbal confirmation of like whether or not the snow really reduces your movement speed, or maybe it was because I was freezing. Like, I don't know. I've heard there are a few sources saying that it does slow you down, but the AI said that it slows you down, and I've seen that AI be wrong about so much shit, so I'm just skeptical about it. All right, let's go. I gotta get to those woods, and I have to hope I can find some horsetail, and I have to hope I can do it without attracting a deadly predator. I wonder if being more fed is gonna give me faster health regen. Probably, actually. I never thought about that. Either way, coming up here to try and find horsetail has had the benefit of making me forage more. That's a black bear, which is, it's a lot easier to deal with than some of the alternatives. But I still wouldn't want to fight it right now. Because if I fuck up and get hit, then I'm looking at a major health deficit, which would make me bleed more calories, right? Anyway, I have located horsetail. So let's craft some bandages. I need 4 in order to make bandages. All right, I have some bandages. Let's heal up and let's try to work on a shelter here. I'm gonna try to get more horsetail before we go. I hope I don't regret it. See, it's always very dangerous to go into a forest to find horsetail, always. That black bear was only the beginning. There's others like him. There's others more dangerous than him, faster bears, right? So you're always taking a chance, but if you can see the bear quick enough, it's not enough for the bear to see you, to run at you. It has to see you for long enough. So if you just see him and then back away quickly, then, you know, it takes him time to sufficiently see you to enough of an extent to run up to you and try to attack you. You just gotta be quick enough on the escape before his detection meter fills up all the way. Anyway, let's head down to the water. We're definitely gonna be building by the water. And I'm thinking the best place to build would be over here. Right at the water's edge. We need reasonably flat ground. So I can attach my garden to it. And I need a place where my temporal stability can restore, but I won't know whether or not we've found that for a while. But there's a good supply of peat right here. So, poor sight lines over here. I think, honestly, this area might do. There are several criteria to look for, like if this water is too deep, then it's harder to build your garden. So if I could find a place with more elevated terrain in the water, that would help. But the longer you run around and the more time you sit with choice paralysis, the worse your situation becomes, so. These are all fairly deep bodies of water. Anyway, let's get more low fertility soil real quick. I'm gonna get some sand here. We are running out of time. Fuck, and I still have to build my base, so yeah. We're gonna have to put up with what we have here. What I can do though is I can do a layer of packed dirt underneath and then place the medium quality soil on top. We have a fix. So for now, let's just get a house built. Make sure I'm not pissing in the wind without a shelter at night. I heard a portal. That could be useful, actually. Where is the portal? Is it in the water or is it on land? It's over there. Where is it? There it is. Okay, I entered it. So my temporal stability is restoring. Ah! Shit. Christ. Oh, man. All right. That sucked ass, dude. Oh my god. Hang on. I need to build a shelter. Anyway, our temporal stability pretty much restores in this entire area. Technically I could. 9. 1. I really hope I don't pull that thing again. We're settling down right here for now. I gotta clear this out of the way and get some sticks. I have to have a fire started by nightfall. I need a roof over my shelter because those guys can actually climb over the walls. All right, let's begin. That won't cause a cave-in if I build right there. Okay. I barely got any dry grass, but we can get dry grass anywhere for crafting our torches and shit. I need to make a wattle gate, which is those and a knife. Grab it, put it down. Grab that dry grass, put it down. Make the firewood, put it down. I need a fire starter. And then we have to craft some torches. Bears are a very big concern. I'll bet even those supernatural creatures are afraid of the bears. Okay, we have torches. Toss that. We have to light these torches before it's too late. Okay, now keep building the house. I need 36 dirt in order to build the roof. I have 35. Shit. I don't like that. All right. I can improvise. I think I can actually finish the roof anyway. I just have to grab the stuff around the door frame. This. Okay, I have shelter. I'll try to clear up these sight lines around our base. I have leftover bandages for healing. Some cattails in the vicinity of our base. Some. I wonder where Crazy Legs went. All right, let's head back. I am gonna need to get more dry grass, but for now, we're kind of all right. Shit. Yeah, spear thrower out there. I need one more torch. And I have to light it. I plugged up the hole into the base, so we'll be all right. Let's light this. Okay. I now have my own torch to carry around. I don't really think I want to go out there. I don't have enough cattails to make a storage chest. Oh my god, I do. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, so it's like... It's 24 to make it, it looks like. Let's put this down for preserving our food. That'll give us a lot more time to eat this stuff. All right. Oh, that was Mary grown wild. Yeah, Mary the craft hoarder. She set you up, buddy. You have access to some new emojis now for a month. Which reminds me, actually, I can give out my gifted memberships too. I'm allowed to give out 10 free ones per month, so let's do that now. Yeah, welcome to the pack, Wild. Welcome to the pack.
Yeah, man.
All right, let's see here. All right, boom. Let's see who gets them. Tama, the Fog Hail, Chris Miller. Right on, look at that. He got it. He fucking got it. And let's see. Right on, there we go. All right, we got him. Wonderful. Okay, let's continue on. I need to make a cooking pot. So cooking pot, bowl to actually eat the food that we cook. I'm gonna need a crucible. Don't necessarily need a crock pot right now. We're just making everything we can that will come in handy this early in the game. I'll make another bowl. And then I'm thinking maybe like a crucible or something. But honestly, you know what? We'll make 3 bowls, because then if I get an animal fat, I can make an oil lamp and still have 2 bowls left for meals. I barely even used my crocs in the last playthrough. I find that usually I'm living meal to meal anyway, and I don't need the crocs for food storage. I might make like 4 in this playthrough, but I'm not gonna go ham show and make like fucking 12 of them like I did last time, you know? Okay, now we have to get this stuff put in the sand and get it crafting. But I am gonna need more, oh god. More dry grass despite the presence of that monster over there, so let's make some spears. This is where I need the spears. I need the ability to slay these beasts and monsters. Okay. I have 3 spears. They are equipped. Let's store some things in here to save some space. Got it. Okay. Let's get it ready. I'm gonna need a piece of wood, unfortunately. And honestly, I could use more dirt, even though there's none around. Did I just hear bees? Maybe. This is the wood that we're gonna need for the kiln, the pit kiln. Wait, let's really go ham show on getting these sticks here. I feel like that's important. If there's any branchy leaves, I should be breaking them. All right, I think that's all I'm getting. All right. We need the firewood. I'm gonna need some dry grass. One of our 2 knives broke, but that's a sign of good progress. Okay, let's grab this dirt. Top layer first, so that I'm more likely to prevent a cave-in that might damage me and force me to use a bandage. Hopefully I don't get attacked by monsters. Always a risk. Oh shit. You see that? Okay, yeah. Holy fuck. Yeah, a bunch of monsters just showed up out of nowhere, like 3 of them. I know there's a portal over there, that's definitely where they came from. 2 more bandages and I'll be fully healed, but we are gonna have to try to take those guys out. Otherwise I can't keep working. Unfortunately, those assholes can actually throw stones at me. They have a ranged attack option. There's also a spear thrower right there who's a major issue. Okay, I got the most dangerous enemy. But I am gonna need to heal again. And probably eat now. Those bandages go fast, man. Let's eat these 3 puffball mushrooms. Take these field mushrooms for now. Fucker, see? Fucking aimbot. They're just chucking stones at me. Okay. Where's the other one? I heard a wolf. It's food, hides, and fat if I kill it. Let's get this ready. Okay. Well, it took a little bit of extra time, but we finally have our cooking pot and bowls coming in. I'm gonna heal up a little bit. Sticks and firewood, and then light it. All right, our cooking pot is on the way. I'm gonna litter this fire starter. I do not need it anymore. It is obsolete tech. Don't really know where the wolf is. I heard it. It's over here somewhere, but I just hope I see him before he sees me. Let's eat. We got a spear thrower. Jesus. Dangerous as long as that portal is around. Okay, I'm gonna probably need a new shovel at some point. May as well craft it now. We have to get a lot of clay. Today is clay day. I have to gather as much clay as I can while also foraging. And hunting. Jesus. There's so many monsters here. Let's go around this way, around the waterfront. Try to get some distance. The low visibility is making my testicles itchy. Hopefully this area is relatively safe. I would love to take some time, gather a lot of dry grass and cattails. We are going to want more storage in our little hut, our little dirt hole. I really need to watch out for those collapses. It's wasted calories if I take any damage at all, so... Let's cut this tree down, get more wood. I'll be able to make a new storage chest at base very shortly. Always start with the branchy leaves. Don't just cut down the tree, because if you destroy all the branchy leaves first, you can get more sticks before you fell the tree. And that's honestly pretty important. Yeah, we're gonna get a lot more sticks because I'm doing my due diligence and breaking these first. Especially an oak tree. Oak trees generate a shitload of branchy segments that you can capitalize on, so... Fuck it. Just place one of those. Then I can reach it. I think that'll do. Let's cut this sucker down. No, there's still more sticks, dude. All right. All right. I have to make another storage chest. We'll go back to base right as soon as I have like 30 cattails. I have 26. Eat the turnips. All right, let's return. More turnips. Cattails food, sticks food, copper, and I have I mentioned food, yeah. Truer words never spoken, buddy. Wouldn't have it any other way. I love this grind. The early game in this just feels so alive, you know? All right, there we go. I have a new storage chest. Two more shovels. Deposit the bone arrows, equip those, bring that down here. We're gonna plant these tree seeds so we don't have them in our inventory anymore. Okay. I think I'm gonna put on my second pot of coffee, guys. I'll be right back. Very true. My water hasn't come to a boil yet, and I'm ambivalent about starting to play before it has. I don't want to end up forgetting it, right? Screwing myself over, so we're just gonna wait. So far, though, the playthrough is going as well as we could hope. We found some horsetails for health regeneration, though we have a very limited supply. We found a decent amount of food, though it is dwindling very fast. But we have a base down. We have our cooking pot and bowl being crafted. We know where there's more clay that we can gather. Let's hope we can clutch this playthrough just like the other ones, huh? All right, the coffee grounds are steeping. So let's see here. Holy shit. So for every layer of snow, you can lose 35% of your maximum speed. Well, you know what? The information will continue pouring in. Hopefully we get more clear answers soon. Anyway, I have 13 mushrooms. We're gonna need to find more food. I'm gonna need to gather more cattails and horsetails, and we're gonna have to get more clay. So to start, we're gonna head to where we know the clay is. Gonna have to run the perimeter of the river. I see Pete over there. Maybe we pivot and we try to gather a little bit of peat. I just hope I don't get a fucking bowthorn spear thrown at me, or like an arrow. Got some cranberries. Okay, we got the peat in the middle of the river. I'll try to get 2 stacks of peat, and that should last us a good long time. We can even use it to get the clay firing kilns activated. Okay, almost 2 stacks obtained. There we go. We have exactly 2 stacks. Let's get out of here. Nice. That wasn't even on our bingo card, and we got it anyway. There's a bear up there. I don't like this hilly terrain one bit, but you know what? Let's build a bear fighting position. I need more dirt. All right. I'm not about to go pull the bear if I can't clearly see where it is and pull it with relative safety. That is the kind of thing that will kill you. But I need to determine whether or not this place has horsetail availability, so it's like a double thing. There's clay up there. Gotta eat. We're gonna start gathering the flax that we find for the seeds. I couldn't collect it before because we didn't have the inventory space, but we will start now. Nice. 5 for 5. We got 5 seeds from all that. Grab the berries. There's the bear right there. I might just build our fighting position closer here to where the bear is, because I don't like the idea of running all the way down to the beach, downhill, where the bear might gain on me on the way, right? So I need 16 blocks in order to make an utterly impervious bear fighting position, which we now have. Where the hell is it? Did it run away after like a prey animal or something? There's a bear over here. It's a black bear, so it's easier to kill than a brown bear, but I'm still gonna run it back to the trap just to be safer. Because you never know when shit's gonna go south and you're gonna end up getting accidentally hit. But this is the start of our armor. So God bless. Yeah, every time he runs away, just step out and then wait. He'll come back. There's another bear up there, actually. We are gonna want to try to kill them to make this area a little safer. Got it. All right, that's a bear down. We got some fat, bear hide, and some bushmeat to feed us. We only got enough fat. Oh God, did I just get 2 hides? No, that can't be right. That's a glitch. Yeah, that's okay. My spear took on the appearance of a bear hide. That's funny. Anyway, I'll get rid of that spear to open up inventory. Let's eat all of these mushrooms. And then we'll combine the fat with the bear hide to save space. I'll eat that single piece of flax grain. And then we'll try to pull and kill the other one as well. What are you doing? Tripping. All right. And the really good part about this is that neither of those are brown bears. The black bear armor gives you less of a movement speed penalty for the same amount of protection. Grizzly bear hides are much heavier. And this meat should last us a couple days, I'd say, right? Where are you going, buddy? What are you doing? He really is tripping. Nice. So far, a great day. We found Clay up on this hill. We've killed 2 bears. I only got 1 lump of fat though, which means I can't treat his other hide. Let's equip our torch to the offhand so I can take that fat, and then we'll grab these bones. I can now make more durable tools out of them, and I think I'll leave that bear fighting position up there. Let's head home real quick so I don't have to hold this torch in my offhand for long. It does make me get hungrier faster, and all of our mushrooms are gone, so we're gonna have to cook this right away. Fortunately, we found peat, so we're able to. Okay, deposit the fat, go to C, press T. Let's put some fuel in there and all of that meat. We have 19 meat. It's bush meat, but it's still food. And we have every reason to be grateful that we were able to get it. All right. I am gonna need more storage space. But I can technically use these as well. Let's put the flax seeds in there. Turnip seeds stack in here. Flax fibers. We'll put this bear hide on the ground. This one will keep better if it's in there. We need to get 1 more fat for it. And then we can stack these peat bricks on the floor. We still have 42 cattail rhizomes for later. That's a good number, honestly. I'll make a backup knife right now. And we'll do it with a bone handle so it's more durable when the time comes to actually use it. Let's deposit that. Deposit the cattails as well. Seal that up. All right. Now let's just do a little bit of light looting around the area real quick. I'm gonna want to make some improvised armor. For that, we're gonna need some wood. That's a maple. I'll grab all the sticks I can get from this and then cut it down. We just don't want to go too far while our food is cooking. We don't want to waste fuel, right? By leaving in too much fuel for the amount of cooking to be done. Beautiful. Let's cut this down from the base log. I agree, Arch. I agree. Honestly, I'm really hoping that they add the ability to pan for shellfish. And it'd be cool if you could eat the shellfish rather than just grinding them up for lime, you know? So, let's see if there's anything around here of usefulness to us while our meat cooks. I just see a lot of bushes, really. Not much. I will need more of this dry grass when it comes time to do our big clay pit things. Let's grab all the dry grass we can see on the way back and check on our bushmeat cooking. Doubtless it's still gonna take a decent length of time to finish cooking. I'm really grateful that we found clay closer to home. We don't need to go across the lake to find it. I can gather more sand right now for panning. We could start panning as early as tonight. But we're probably going to be shaping a shitload of clay stuff tonight. I mean, we found the clay, right? So still, having a stack of sand on hand for when I am ready to pan wouldn't be a bad idea. Let's get home before I starve too much. There's a lot of fish in the area for sure. Like, we're not going to go hungry here. But I don't have a lot of carryable food. We ate all of our mushrooms already, so. Yeah, that takes ages to cook. It's barely sustaining too. Let's use a bandage. Grab that, eat, and let's try to forage up here in the woods. I mean, we just killed 2 bears. I don't know how many more threats there are gonna be up there. We know that we heard a wolf somewhere. Hopefully we don't run into it. It may have been a wolf. It may also have been a fox. We just don't presently know. They both tend to howl, in a way. Yeah, honestly, wolves aren't too bad. I can beat wolves in melee. It just depends on the terrain. If there's very hilly terrain, it's hard, but I can technically kill wolves in melee. I used to have to rely on throwing spears at them when I used to play as the hunter, but playing as the blackguard kind of forced me to learn how to melee them. I can melee black bears too if the terrain allows, just not brown bears. Brown bears are too fast. Anyway, since we're not walking around very much, we're not burning as many calories. Better to do this while our meat cooks than sprinting in circles, right? At least this way we know we're accomplishing something. I'm gonna want 5 stacks of clay. We do have some clay back at home still. Yeah, I don't think I could play as the hunter anymore. The notion that I'm gonna be moving slower in the winter is kind of scary. I wasn't ready for that. That's a huge mechanical, like, oh my god, that I never considered. So brown bears are more dangerous in the winter, not less dangerous. Which, you know, I might want to break the snow and have like traveling paths. I need to find out if there's any blocks you can make that stop snow accumulating on them, because that could be very important, having designated paths that I can travel to get to the nearest bear killing trap, right? We'll see what we can do. I might want to go get some more cattails. I'm gonna need another storage chest. 8 meat. We'll cook those rhizomes tonight. Let's deposit the sand that we got, the dry grass that we have, the sticks as well, just to save on space. We'll stack the firewood right here. Or I could just try to make my armor with it. I don't have enough, it looks like. No, I don't have enough yet. We will soon. Grab the cattails that we do have. We'll stack into them. The clay I can't really store very well. I can put those in there, this in here. All right, that will do. We can remove the fuel and stack it with the rest. We're gonna want to start cooking the rhizomes pretty damn soon. We have the clay that we need for all of our reshaping tonight. Let's actually leave the fuel in there, like a bunch of it, and put the rhizomes in the campfire after that bushmeat is done. That gives us more storage space for the clay in here. Oh, I do have more wood. Okay, so we could make our armor, but I'm gonna wait. Daylight is fading, and well, I'd like to do a little bit more exploration. Yeah, let's go. I need more cattails, that's for damn sure, so let's try to get some. And let's try to find some forage. Most importantly, let's try to find some horsetail. Up in the woods here, I've gotten a lot of kills. There's no reason to believe I can't explore it at least a little bit, right? Jesus. Fucking slippy ass terrain. I found some berries, cranberries. Let's collect this. I'm gonna try to save whatever grains we find for porridge. We will have our cooking pot soon. I see a sap up there. I'll try to go get it. I got it. It was a successful gather, despite the fact that I'm playing as a blackguard and we have a chance to fail. I found horsetail. All right, let's gather this up. A good amount of it. Hopefully it stays quiet here so I can actually collect it without having to flee. We're gonna burn through less calories tonight when we're doing our clay shaping. I didn't find many, but at least I found what we just did. Do I want more firewood? I don't even know if my axe could cut down this tree, a tree of that size. Let's get out of this dense vegetation. It's making me kind of nervous. I might want to gather some more peat, because at the end of the night, we will have to fire up those kilns, and we need enough fuel to do it. We're going to have like 15 of them. That requires a minimum of 60 peat, right? And as far as I know, we only have like just over 30 remaining. Wolf. Couple of wolves. Run. Zoom out the camera. Make sure I can see behind me to some reasonable extent. There's a deer right there. Let's go, buddy. I need you here. This is sus. What the hell? Where are you going? Well, that's annoying. I need the fat. At least they led me to more food, more berries. Fuck me. You gotta be kidding, dude. Alright, we just lost a great start. Oh, that's discouraging. Alright, well, that was a very brief attempt 17. We're gonna have to schedule a new one. Very hilly terrain. Not very flat at all. Let me schedule a new stream, and we'll try again. That's why it's important to fucking clear the vegetation around where you live, because if you get stuck, you're just dead, right? I should have probably made that armor. We may have survived if I had. Anyway, at least I have a fresh coffee to start this new series with. Honestly, I'm fairly certain if he would have attacked us and it would have hit our armor, we probably would have lived. So, like, my laziness in not crafting armor when I could have was a lethal misplay. Unfortunately, we paid the ultimate price for that misplay. Possibly. It may have killed us anyway, because he might have attacked our feet or our head instead of our torso, but we'll never know. That's the hard part. All right. So we have our new stream prepared, attempt 18. I have the redirect ready, so you guys will get transported directly over to that new stream when it begins. All right. Does snow accumulate on tiles that have tools embedded in them? Possibly not. Like, I might be able to put little dry grass chunks on the tiles to stop it from happening. We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, everybody, thank you very much for chilling. I've appreciated your company. I hope you enjoyed the brief adventure, but I hope you're looking forward to seeing more. Let's hop into another one. I'm going to end this stream and start a new one. You guys should get transported right over. I'll see you there in a minute.